You wake up one day and the person you built your life with looks at you like you're a burden. No fight, no warning, just cold distance and a new bank balance that turns love into something disposable. You try to understand how someone shifts so fast, how shared dreams turn into dividing lines once money enters the room. You start replaying every moment, asking where you failed, while she packs her confidence into every word. She didn't need a reason. She just needed freedom. And she thought a fortune gave her permission to walk away from the life you built together. But before I tell you what happened that day, don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and share your thoughts in the comments. You wake up one day, and the person you built your life with looks at you like you're a burden. I sensed it before she said a word. The shift in her tone, the cool distance, the quiet judgment behind her eyes. She sat at the edge of the bed holding a stack of mail, but her focus stayed fixed on one envelope. Thick paper, gold trim. Her last name printed across the front like a crown she waited her whole life to wear. She didn't look at me when she said, "We need to talk." I sat up slow. About what? Our future? Her voice held no tremor, no doubt. She sounded firm, like she rehearsed every line before sunrise. What happened? My father's estate settled. She set the envelope on her lap. Everything is official. I received the full amount. I nodded, unsure why she spoke with such precision. That's good news. Yes, she said. For me. Something twisted under my ribs. She lifted her chin and met my eyes for the first time that morning. I want a divorce. The room froze. My breath caught. Her words felt like stones thrown without warning. You're serious, I said. Yes. She folded her hands. This is the right time. The right time? I repeated. Why now? She hesitated only a second. Because I'm secure. I have options. I don't need to stay in a marriage that stopped working. My throat tightened. Stopped working for who? For both of us, she said. If you're honest, you feel it too. No, I said. I feel hurt. That's what I feel. She looked away again, as if my pain intruded on her plans. I don't want fights. I don't want drama. I want a clean break. A clean break from your husband of 8 years. Yes, she said. I need space. I need freedom. I need control of my own life without worrying about someone else's future. So the money changed everything. It changed what I can do, she said. What I can choose. And you choose to leave? Yes. I stood and stepped toward her. She didn't move. She only watched me with a calm detachment that felt harsher than anger. Tell me the truth, I said. Is this about the inheritance or something else? It's about direction, she said. I want new experiences, new goals. I want to travel, invest, build my own world. And I don't fit in your world. Her silence answered for her. My hands shook. You think I held you back? You anchored me, she said, and there was a time I needed that, but not anymore. I felt heat rise in my chest. Anchored? I supported you. I stood by you when your father got sick. I carried this house while you handled your grief. I never asked for anything except honesty. She exhaled slow. You're taking this in a personal direction? I'm talking about growth, independence. You're talking about replacing us with a new life because you suddenly feel untouchable. That's not fair, she said. I earned this chance. You inherited it, I said. Her eyes sharpened. You don't know what this means to me. I lived my whole life under someone else's expectations. First my father's, then yours. My expectations? I stepped back as if her words pushed me. What expectations? You wanted stability, routine, predictable days, quiet nights, and I went along because I didn't see a way out. Now I do. My jaw tightened. So our life together was a cage to you. A comfort that turned into a limit, she said. I walked toward the window, needing air. Rain streaked the glass in slow lines. The sky looked heavy. My reflection looked worse. She stood from the bed. I want this separation to be respectful. Respectful, I murmured. After telling me I'm a limit, you need to escape. I'm not trying to hurt you. You already did. She closed her eyes for a second, then gathered the papers on the bed. I have a meeting with an attorney this afternoon, she said. We can settle everything without tension if we stay mature about this. You already hired an attorney? Yes. How long have you planned this? Since the first letter arrived last month. A hollow ache spread through my chest. You hid it from me. I needed time to think. You needed time to secure your exit. She walked toward the door. I'll return later. We can talk again when emotions settle. No, I said. We talk now. She stopped but didn't turn around. You said our marriage stalled, I continued. If you felt distance, you could have spoken to me. If you felt lost, we could have fixed it. But you waited until you had millions before ending us. That's not sudden. That's cold. She lowered her head. I don't want to revisit this. I made my choice. You made it without me, I said. You made it with a number in your bank account. She opened the door. Please don't make this harder. I'm not making it harder, I said. You're making it effortless. Something flickered in her expression. Not guilt, not sadness. Something like relief. As if speaking the words freed her from a weight I never knew she carried. I'm leaving now, she said. She stepped outside the room. I followed her into the hall. She picked up her purse, slipped on her shoes, and straightened her blouse. She looked polished, composed, like someone attending a meeting, not ending a life. Will you be here later? She asked, without meeting my eyes. I don't know, I said. She nodded once and walked to the door. Her hand paused on the knob. I want peace, she said softly. You want peace without me, I replied. She didn't argue. She didn't defend. She opened the door and walked out. When the door closed behind her, the house felt like it lost its center. I stood in the silence, trying to process how someone transforms overnight from partner to stranger. Minutes passed, maybe hours. I didn't move. My phone buzzed on the table. A message from her. We will handle everything with respect. I hope you understand. I set the phone down without replying. But then another message followed. I'll need you to sign papers this week. The sooner we finish, the sooner we both begin new lives. A sharp knock hit the door. I froze. I thought she returned. I opened the door. A man in a suit stood on the porch holding a thick envelope. Delivery for you, he said. I took it. The door closed behind me as he walked away. The envelope felt heavy. Inside were preliminary divorce documents, signed by her. I stared at the papers until the words blurred, the signatures, the dates, the calm handwriting she used while planning a life without me. My fingers tightened around the edge of the envelope. A part of me still waited for someone to say this was a mistake. Another part knew she had already stepped into a future where I did not exist. Rain tapped the roof in slow, steady beats. I dropped the papers on the table and walked to the kitchen. The house felt different. Hollow. Like she took the warmth with her. I leaned against the counter and tried to breathe through the weight sitting in my chest. My phone buzzed again. I'll check in later. Please don't overthink this. Overthink. She ended an 8-year marriage and told me not to overthink. I typed a reply, then deleted it. My hands shook. I waited for words that could reach the woman I once knew. None came. The doorbell rang a second time. I tensed. The last thing I wanted was another delivery. I opened the door and found her mother standing on the porch. Her umbrella dripped water onto the welcome mat. "Can I come in?" she asked. I stepped aside. She walked in with careful steps, as if entering a room filled with broken glass. "She told me she stopped by," her mother said. "She said she spoke to you." "She did." She closed her umbrella and sighed. "I wanted to check on you." I sat at the edge of the sofa. "Did she tell you her plan?" "She mentioned wanting a change. She said you both needed space. She told me she needed a divorce." Her mother lowered her purse slowly. "She said she wanted independence. She waited for the inheritance before saying anything." Her mother nodded, but grief pulled her expression down. "Money exposes people, sometimes in ways they never expected. Your wife grew up under strong rules. She made herself small for a long time. When her father passed, she started thinking about breaking free. She told me our life felt like a limit." Her mother sat beside me. "She's overwhelmed. She lost him. She gained money. She thinks freedom will fix the emptiness inside her. By leaving me." Her mother paused. "She wants control of her own story. But she doesn't see the damage she creates." I swallowed hard. "Did she ask you to talk to me? To soften the blow?" "No," her mother said. "I came because I care about you, and because I don't agree with how she handled this." Something in my chest loosened, only slightly. "She said she had everything under control," I said. Her mother sighed. "She never had control. She only thinks she does now." We sat in silence for a moment. Then she asked, "Did she mention the man from her father's company?" My breath caught. "What man?" "There is a business advisor who started contacting her months ago, someone who worked with her father. She spoke about him often. She said he made her feel confident." I felt the air shift. Confident or special? Her mother looked down. I worried, but she said nothing was wrong. A cold truth settled in the space between us. "She is vulnerable," her mother added, "and people see that." My anger stirred. "So someone got close to her." "It looks that way," she said. "I warned her. She said she needed guidance for her inheritance, but she talked about him often enough for me to notice." I stood and paced across the room. My thoughts raced through every night she stayed late, every time she left the room to take a call, every moment she pulled away from me without explanation. "Do you know his name?" I asked. She hesitated. "I don't want to cause trouble." "I'm already in trouble," I said. "I deserve the truth." She sighed. "His name is Mark." The name hit like a quiet punch. "He gave her advice," her mother continued, "but he also gave her attention." She didn't hide the admiration in her voice when she spoke about him. I thought it would pass. I didn't expect her to act like this. I felt heat press against my chest. She chose him over us. Her mother didn't speak, which told me she feared the same. "She didn't tell you about filing papers?" I asked. Her mother shook her head. "I learned from you." I nodded slowly. She prepared everything without looking back. Her mother touched my arm gently. "You still matter, even if she forgets today." The front door opened. We both turned. My wife stood in the doorway with wet hair, fresh makeup, and a tight grip on her purse. She froze when she saw her mother. "You're here," she said. "I stopped by," her mother replied. "I wanted to talk." My wife's eyes shifted to me. "I told you I needed time alone." "You dropped divorce papers on me," I said. "You lost the right to ask for space." She stepped inside and closed the door. "I didn't want this to fall apart like this. You planned everything. You walked away without hesitation." Her jaw tightened. I had to make a decision. "Because of Mark?" I asked. Her face lost color. What? You spoke about him often. You trusted him more than me. Did he influence this? Her mother watched her carefully. My wife looked away. He gave advice, nothing else. You pulled away the same month he entered your life. You're twisting things, she said. No, I replied. I'm trying to understand why a stranger gets your trust while your husband gets a signature on divorce papers. She stepped closer. Her voice rose. I told you our marriage felt stuck. I told you I wanted change. You never told me about him. There is nothing between us. I studied her expression. Something flickered. Fear, guilt, defiance. Her mother said softly, Daughter, you must be honest. My wife turned toward her. Not now. I think now is the right time. My wife's eyes filled with anger. Stay out of this. You dragged everyone into this the moment you left him behind, her mother said. My wife pointed toward the door. I want both of you out of my space. Her mother stood slowly. I will leave, but he stays. This is his home too. My wife grabbed her purse tighter. Fine, leave then. Her mother stepped toward the door, then paused. She touched my arm one more time. Stay steady. She's lost in the wrong direction. My wife snapped, Go! Her mother stepped outside and closed the door behind her. Silence filled the house. My wife turned to me with sharp eyes. You had no right to involve her. She cares, I said. She sees what you refuse to admit. I admit nothing. Do you have feelings for him? Her lips parted, but no words came out. Answer me, I said. She dropped her purse on the sofa and walked toward me until she stood inches away. I feel alive when I talk to him, she whispered. My chest twisted. And with me? I asked. She looked up with a face full of truth and conflict. I feel stuck. The words landed like a final blow. Before I responded, her phone vibrated. The screen lit up with one name, Mark. She inhaled quick. I stepped back as she reached for the phone. The moment her fingers touched the screen, everything between us shifted into something new, something broken, something too honest to ignore. Her fingers hovered over the screen while the name glowed between us. The room felt smaller. Her breathing quickened. Mine deepened. The phone stopped vibrating, but the damage stayed in the air like a thick weight pressing on both of us. Answer it, I said. She froze. I don't want a scene. You already made one, I replied. She swallowed hard and declined the call. The silence after that felt sharp. I shouldn't have done that in front of you, she whispered. In front of me? I stepped closer. Your problem is not the phone. Your problem is what his name means to you. She moved to the sofa and sat, elbows on her knees, hands tangled in her hair. I didn't plan this. I didn't expect any of this to happen between us. Not him, not you, not the money. Everything hit at the same time. You said you feel alive with him, I said. Explain that. She didn't lift her head. He listens. He understands ambition. He pushes me. And I didn't? You supported me, but support and challenge feel different. So, you wanted someone who challenged your marriage too. She flinched. He didn't ask me to leave you. But he didn't stop you either. She lowered her voice. He told me I deserved to choose myself. He told me I stayed small because I feared change. And you believed him. He showed me another path, one without me. She stared at the floor. I tried to talk myself out of it. I tried to tell myself you and I had more time. But then I saw his world, the travel, the influence, the choices. I wanted some of that for me. My chest tightened. So you wanted to trade our life for his lifestyle. I wanted to step forward, she said. You stayed still. I stayed loyal. She looked at me then. Her eyes trembled for the first time in hours. I never meant to hurt you, she whispered. You planned a divorce behind my back. That was the only way I knew how to break free. I sat across from her. Break free from me? Or from the version of yourself you blame me for creating? She pressed her fingers to her forehead. I don't know. I waited. She didn't speak. The phone vibrated again. Mark. This time she grabbed the phone fast, turned it face down, and held it against her thigh. You need to decide, I said. Answer him or look at me. Either way, stop pretending this is about independence. She whispered, I'm not ready. For the truth? For the consequences, my voice sharpened. You started those the moment you filed papers. She closed her eyes. I leaned forward. Tell me what he is to you. Not to the lawyer, not to your mother, to me. She opened her eyes again, slow, like lifting something heavy. I felt seen, she said. I felt wanted, not for comfort or history, for potential, for what I might become. And with me? You saw the woman I was? That woman was your wife. And she felt forgotten. My jaw clenched. I never forgot you. I thought we were partners. She shook her head. You never saw the storm inside me, he did. And I let him. Her phone buzzed a third time. This time she didn't look at it. I stood. I won't fight him for you. She glanced up, startled. You won't? No. If you want him, go to him. If you want us, fight for us. But I won't stand here waiting while you split yourself between two futures. Tears filled her eyes at last. You're asking me to choose right now. No, I'm asking you to stop hiding. Her breath shook. She wiped her face with her sleeve. Then she whispered something I didn't expect. I'm scared he only wants my inheritance. The words hit the room hard. I stared at her. So you don't trust him? I trust how he makes me feel, she said, but I don't trust his motives. Do you trust mine? She didn't hesitate. Yes. Then why throw everything away for someone you don't trust? She looked toward the door, as if expecting him to appear at any second. He changed how I see myself, she said, and I don't want to lose that version of me. You don't need him for that, I said. You never did. She covered her face. I'm trapped between excitement and fear, between loyalty and desire, between what I had and what I might reach for. My voice softened. Then sit with your truth. Don't run from it. She lowered her hands and looked at me with raw honesty. I don't want to lose you, she whispered. I stepped closer. But you don't want to lose him either. Her silence answered for her. A knock hit the door. She jumped. I felt my pulse spike. This knock wasn't loud. It wasn't sharp. It sounded patient, confident. Her eyes widened. No. I walked toward the door. She grabbed my arm. Don't open it, she whispered. Why not? I didn't tell him where I was. But he knows. I pulled the door open. A tall man stood there. Dark suit, calm face, no umbrella despite the rain. His eyes moved past me and landed on her. Your lawyer told me you didn't show up, he said. My wife stepped back like his voice reached inside her chest. He smiled at her. Soft, sure, uninvited. Can we talk? He asked. I blocked the doorway. No, I said. He raised an eyebrow. This doesn't involve you. It involves my marriage, I said. He glanced at her again. Does it? Her breath caught. I looked at her. She looked at him. And for the first time, I saw the depth of her confusion, the pull, the fear, the longing mixed with guilt. He stepped forward. I'm here because you deserve more, he told her. I kept my arm across the doorway. You need to leave, I said. She whispered, Mark. Not now. He smiled faintly. You don't need to hide from your future. This isn't your house, I said. It's her life, he replied. And she asked for change. She shook her head. I didn't ask for this. Not like this. I turned to her. Tell him to leave. She froze. He watched her closely, waiting. Say it, I said. Her hand shook. She opened her mouth, one word away from choosing. Her voice cracked as she whispered, Go. The man's expression shifted, a flash of irritation under his polite smile. He stepped back, gave her a slow nod, and walked away through the rain. The door closed. My wife collapsed into the nearest chair. Her body shook with the weight of everything she almost lost, everything she almost chased, everything she still feared. I knelt in front of her. This isn't over, she whispered. No, I said. Now the real work starts. Thank you for staying with this story. A new episode filled with deeper betrayal and harder choices arrives next.